have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Hi, it's Paola. So I am finally feeling a little more settled and a little more comfortable in my new apartment and in Sydney in general. Basically, all we've been doing is running around and furniture shopping in general, so it's been a lot. But we went to a museum recently, speaking of running around, and it was the Matisse exhibition at the Art Gallery of New South Wales, so I was really excited to just look around the museum and see a lot of work that I'd never learned about, like Aboriginal art and Australian art, and there was even some modern art, so it was really cool to just see a lot of different things that I've never experienced in general. I was also really inspired by the textile work and then of course Matisse. The Matisse exhibition was really great and it just felt so cool to see a lot of this work in person and just learn a bit more and see all the vibrant colors, which I really loved. So hopefully this is like a little taste for you to see it for yourself. So I hope you enjoy, and it was just a beautiful day and a beautiful time. We've also been doing a lot of shopping in general, like at antique stores. We're finding thrifted finds and shopping for clothes, which has been really fun, just seeing what's out there. Like I found a lot of cool stuff, some fashionable stuff and some really weird stuff, to be honest. And I couldn't believe it, the dresser we had bought on Facebook Marketplace, there was 2 of them at this place, which was crazy. But speaking of that, it's really making it feel like a home just having new items. Guys, I finally have a desk. This is such a big deal because it took me a minute to figure out what I wanted. This one is from IKEA. I decided to do a like wood top white legs because I feel like that just looks normal, classic. Like I can find a cool funky chair. Don't even have a chair yet, just have a yoga mat. So hopefully the setup will come soon, and then let me know if you guys want to see like a desk setup now that I finally have my own beautiful workspace. I'm so excited. Yeah, so let me know if you guys want to see a desk setup video when that is all ready. I also got my rug in recently, which I'm really excited about, and I don't want to show you like all of the apartment yet because I want to do an apartment tour once it's put together more, but the rug and the table, I'm just so excited right now. Okay, so it's just like the most beautiful thing. I got it on Etsy and I really didn't think that that would be good quality, but it's so soft and so amazing. I recently got my nails done. They're like little like, wait, let me focus it. Like little squiggly lines, like wavy and then kind of natural, and I really like them. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to be like a nail girl now, so we'll see how that works, especially with like the amount of work I want to do. That's not just like digital graphic design. I really want to get into like a lot of like sewing projects, tactile stuff, textiles. I'm really excited about the future projects I have in mind, so let's discuss in the comments like what are you working on right now. I'm really interested to know because I'm feeling very inspired lately. I just need to get back into it now that we're just moved, just settling in. It's been a mess and I like just got back to everything, like working, catching up on emails, which has been a lot. So we're in the priming phase of everything, and I had to tie my hair up, lovely, super cute, because I was priming outside too, and now it looks like Ryan's doing all the work, but I was doing work too, I promise. And he's just better at it than me. And then we're gonna paint it with the color, which I'm really excited to show you guys, so also watching funny YouTube videos, but anyway. Okay, I'll check in a bit. Here's the update. I know it looks like Ryan's doing everything again, but I just painted all 3 of these ones. Now he's working on these 2, and things are going great. The color's so pretty. Okay, so I wanted to sit down since I'm vlogging this week and working and talk about, kind of answer some questions of things I get in my comments, specifically about like legality, using fonts, using images, copyright, things like that. So instead of making like my own video on that, like a whole video, I thought I would just touch on it in here because it's really helpful to people. So hopefully it helps you if you're like a working designer or wanting to be. So if you're confused about any of that, like I got a comment on my last video about making mood boards, if it was illegal to download photos off the internet, and I was like, oh, I guess people don't really know these things. about downloading photos and using it just as inspiration, or using it actually in a project, or using it for a commercial purpose. So let's talk about it. So images, let's start there. If you're downloading something from the internet, like from Pinterest or something like that, if you are using it in a project that is solely for you, it's not for commercial, you're not selling it to anybody, you're not using it for any like company or person's brand or anything, then that is okay to download and use, especially if you're using it for inspiration. It's not really going in a project. You can send that to a client because that's the inspiration. It's not going to be posted anywhere. It's not going to be copied. It's just you showing your client something individually. So that's obviously fine. But like I have done in the past, which I don't know if it's like perfectly ethical, which I kind of regret some things, is using someone else's photo as like a background or something like that. Like using photos of, you know, flowers from Pinterest or something for a brand. For me, because it's a mock-up brand that I'm not even putting really in my portfolio or anything, I find that okay because I can just credit it like photos found from Pinterest, just a personal passion project. Like it's really not used for anything except showcasing my design on top of it or something like that. So to me, that's okay. It would get dicey if you were trying to then sell that, monetize that, whatever. So for me, it's just something I post on Instagram and I always put the credit. So yeah, if you're using someone's image and you don't know, always just credit where you got it so that people are aware. But like I said, I'm not really sure on the legality of just using it like that because I'm not monetizing it. I'm not like selling a product or something with it. I am just showing it and being like, I created this logo and had a background that said pretty background from Pinterest, something like that. So that's a credit, but the copyright issued photos you don't really want to use and claim them as your own. So when it comes to copyright and non-copyright images, there are plenty of websites where you can go and find like free images or just open template images, things like mock-ups. You can always find images that say like free for personal and commercial use. And I always go to like Envato Elements. I've been sponsored by them before and now I have a link that's an affiliate link. So that's where I go and find like my mock-ups and like template images, like stuff like that. That's on there. So if you want to go check that out, that's in the description. I'll be working with them for like a bit, so I'm gonna have that link. But that's definitely what I use for like mock-ups, copyright free, like, or the license is already bought with the subscription, like that type of stuff. So yeah, it shouldn't be too dicey when you're looking on the internet for places to find images. But like I said, downloading from something on the internet, you should just credit or, you know, don't use it in terms of like a serious project for a client or something. Just if you're posting it for yourself, just say like, oh, I used it from this background or this marketing image. I used it for this mock-up project, not a real product. And then for fonts, it's similar to images where you can find fonts that are already licensed for personal and commercial use. So you always want to check that when you're going to like download a font. If it says free font, check why it is free, because some of those will just say free for personal use. And then that means you can't make them for a project for a client specifically, or you can't use them in a monetizable way. So what you can do is use them in your personal projects. That's fine. You can use them for personal use if you're just making something fun, something for a portfolio, that's okay, but just not something that you're going to sell, give to a client, give to a business, that type of thing. Licensed fonts and stuff like that will be on those subscription sites so that you can use them and you don't have to stress. And then things like Adobe fonts where you go and you download because you already pay a subscription, that is used for everything. You can use it for anything. So yeah, always check it out when you're downloading a font online, especially if it's from like a studio or an independent artist or something like that. They'll have that written out and that's usually included in the price as well. If you're paying for the font, it'll say this is for commercial too. So those are kind of like the main questions I get when it comes to fonts and images. So I hope this helped you a little bit. This is kind of what I've been like grappling with over the last year of my career, is like understanding how I should use images, and I totally understand if you guys are confused with that. And it's really not a big deal if you're using some just sometimes for passion projects and you've used some photos in the past of someone else's. Just make sure to like go back and write that in or credit it, or you know, you don't have to, you can just say that you found them on a certain website or something. So yeah, as long as you're not selling that, using it with a client, using it with a brand, yeah, don't go there. Just use it for like a personal project that is like a mock-up project like I do on YouTube. I literally make fake projects of not real companies, you know what I mean? So to me, it's like, it's okay if I use 1 or 2 images once in a while, but I am slowly considering changing my mind on that. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I helped you in some way, and I'm sorry about the lighting change while I was talking a lot, but this is how it goes today. So now it's time to fill up the shelf. I'm really excited. As you guys know, I have like so many design books. I don't know how many it's really gonna take up of all these shelves, but I brought them all with me, which took up a lot of space in suitcases, but I just can't part with my design books, and yeah, they just make me so happy. So let's put them together and make a cute little shelf area. I'm excited.
Because the moment you have a situation where you are really in control of things, that is to say, in which the future is almost completely predictable.
So I'm really happy with how the bookshelf turned out. We used a primer and a paint and we sanded it down first, and it was basically pretty easy. I mean, it's a big shelf, so it took a little while, but it was pretty good. And by the way, TikTok saw this shelf first, I guess, so definitely go follow me on there and on Instagram. That's where I post a lot of this stuff. And there is the final product. I have little candles, little books, everything, and I just love it. So thank you for watching this video, my kind of chaotic week. This is really honestly a realistic week in my life at the moment. Shopping, lots of furniture stuff, and building furniture. I mean, it's kind of a mess and I'm definitely behind, but finally picking up and like emailing and scheduling my week out on Notion and using all the things I usually use, so I'm starting to feel normal again. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Ooh, lighting changing every 2 seconds. That's fun. Okay, so free and licensed font. Okay, well, it got really bright again. This lighting is insane.